Greetings, I've got up a cold. However, it's not a trouble for our plans and the videos that I record. And the infection is not conveyed through monitors. Today we're going to famous in the Russia and worldwide, especially for the largest tank battle ever, the city Kursk. We have booked the room in an apartment, and the Kursk is 220 kilometers from my city. That's all. See you in Kursk. This is a park of heroes of Kursk battle, and the alley just over the motion.
This is the monument to nuclear submarine Kursk, which tragically drowned in Barents Sea. According to official version, it happened due to accidentally self-explosion of missile. All crew died.
We are in the Red Square. It's a central square of Kursk, and behind you can see the Znamensky Cathedral. It was built for keeping and for storage the famous icon that now is being stored in New York. If you want to learn more, just search in Google Kursk root Mother God icon of the signs. The icon itself was found here by Kursk, 30 kilometers from here, but then it was transported, it was brought here to the Znamensky Cathedral, and due to the Soviet power, they contempt for religion, they hate religion, and they always destroyed everything that related to religion. For saving icon, it was transported to New York City. The cathedral was built in classic style, and it was built in 1812 after the war with Napoleon.
There is a noble assembly building on your screens. Noble people of the city, noble members of assembly gathered into this building and discussed problems of the city. It was built, as you can notice, in 1877. Nowadays there is the Philharmony or theater. And this is Kursk Catholic Church. It was built in 1896 and is famous for Kazimir Malevich, who painted Black Square picture. He baptized his daughter in this church. Sometimes strolling around you can hear organ music is playing here.
There's written Assumption of Saint Virgin.
This is famous wind turbine and house laboratory of Inventors, Russian inventor. He was one of those geniuses who employed wind energy for generating electricity. This turbine generates 3.5 kilowatts, but for 1931 it was a breakthrough. One more interesting fact about Inventors: when he was a student, he was an inspirator of terrorist group. They wanted to blow up the icon in Znamensky Cathedral. They even designed the bomb with a clock time mechanism, but it didn't damage the icon despite of great explosion, and as it was programmed to explode in the night time, it did not hurt anybody.
Here is written the House of Inventors. And Maxim Gorky was here in 1928. Gorky was has been nominated for 5 times on Nobel Prize. Gorky was friend of Inventors. So this is the Sergei Kazansky Cathedral, and it was built, as I remember, in 1786. And this cathedral is related to Serafim Sarovsky, famous priest in Russia, especially among Russians. So the plot is that when he was a child, when he was 7 years old, his name was Prokhor Menshun, and his father was contractor on construction of this cathedral. And he was unattended, and he was playing on the top of the bell tower. Then he fell down from here accidentally. He fell down. Parents did not expect to see him alive again, but when they came to their son, he was not only alive and safe, but he had no even any scraps on his body. We are on the ferry wheel again. View from ferry wheel.
I remarked that the Kursk after dark turns into a lady town. All trade centers are shining with lights. By the way, Kursk is the city with the largest number of trade centers per capita. All streets in downtown are illuminated. I found that odd, for Kursk is not so big city.
На поле танки грохотали, солдаты шли в последний бой, а молодого командира несли с пробитой головой, а молодого командира несли с пробитой головой. По танку ударила болванка.
Morning. Today we are in the Kursk Battle Park, and this park and this temple devoted to the Kursk battle, famous in German name Operation Citadel, that occurred in 1943, and Soviet troops defeated Germans in this battle. This is the St. George Temple, and it was built as the symbol of the great victory in Kursk battle and even the Great Patriotic War. It's a Russian name for the Second World War, Great Patriotic War. The arch behind is so-called Triumph Arch of Kursk, and is also built for commemoration of Kursk battle, victory of Kursk battle. We're passing under arch and go toward the St. George Temple.
I'm absolutely sure Germans were not very happy when they hear Katyusha shooting, because it delivers a great number of communism on their unsuspecting heads and could make plane land from the city. Anti-tank vehicle of 1943 year production. Weight is 46 tons. Crew is 5 operators. 152mm cannon on 21 shots. Machine gun 12.7mm. Armor is 90mm lead. This is famous T-34 tank. According to data board, that instance produced 1944 of 32.7 tons, 5 operators crew, 85mm cannon, double 7.62mm machine gun.
So we have encountered the German cemetery nearby Kursk. And there are tombs of German soldiers that died in Kursk battle. As you can see, the Russian people take care about their tombs. There's written here and the surnames of people that were buried here. So many names, so many soldiers were dead in the Kursk battle. And no matter that they were our enemies.
After all, they're humans too.
So we must go home. And thank you for watching. Good luck for you.